Hey guys, Alex and Smoke here. Justin is not joining us tonight because of health problems, so we're going to be doing a tag team video tonight. We want to do you a favor, and we're going to talk about The Last of McGuinness, the Nigel McGuinness retirement DVD, which he spent, I believe it was the later part of 2000, was it 11 or 2012?
I believe it was 11.
It was 11, yeah. And just what we talking about the DVD, we actually got the pleasure of meeting Mr. Nigel McGuinness at the Dearborn ROH show last Friday. It was very honored to meet him. Got the DVD signed by him, and we just want to talk about this. We're not going to tell you about the spoilers of like what happened with Nigel. That's for you guys to look on your own and see the DVD, which is well worth the money.
Definitely,
absolutely. And we'll be sure to post a link below of where you can go buy the DVD. But we're just going to talk about like what we think, what were our favorite parts, and do you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. I thought that the DVD as a whole was it was spectacular. I thought it was really well done. I liked how he picked music that you're not used to hearing, and you could tell that he worked really hard on it. And for a guy that doesn't do this stuff, I mean, he learned it all from, editing, picking the music, everything. He did all on his own. Yeah. It was really, really well done.
I think he had like a little help from guys in Los Angeles when he talked about at the end, like he's going to Los Angeles to meet people, whatever. But still, he did it all by himself.
Right,
though,
and he went out of his way to make sure he knew what was going into it.
It's fantastic. But like, yeah, I'm a big documentary guy. I went on a documentary bender for a while ago. Like, just started watching a ton of them, and this is probably one of the most phenomenally well produced documentaries because he does a really good job of like telling you who he is, where he comes from, and like just kind of like and gives you like a really nice job of like having build up to like the final reveal of why he's not in the WWE, why he's not in TNA anymore, what happened with his career, and all the while telling like showing his story like about him like really questioning like, oh, was my career a success? Was it all a waste? Did I really accomplish what I set out to accomplish? And just you see Nigel in a whole new light. You just see like what kind of guy he really is, and just how really broken up he was about this, and just how like affected by this he was. And it's really almost tragic in a way. Like just when you see like him like there's this part at the end of the movie which we're not gonna say what he says, but just where he is like breaking down before the day before his tour, and just you see Nigel in his most raw emotion, and just you feel like horrible for this guy who's one of the most talented wrestlers ever to come out of ROH. Definitely like top 3 guys ever.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably Punk and Danielson.
A guy that he really shaped the landscape of what people see as mainstream wrestling these
absolutely.
days. Guys who are at the top of the business, they chip their teeth with Nigel, you know. So
yeah. But and it's a shame that a guy who literally there's no reason he should not be the WWE, no reason he should be in TNA, no reason he had to retire really. He retired basically because
we don't want to get too
right.
But I do want to touch on the fact that he did a fantastic job of making this like a human story.
Absolutely.
Like we got to hear about Nigel's life, but not only that, but he sat down with guys all over the indie scene, and these guys were, these are guys that aren't stars. I mean,
I barely recognized any of the names.
Yeah.
Like except for a few.
And the thing is, like, it's nice to sit down with the Punks and Bret Hart DVDs and stuff like that's cool. But what about the guys that are just struggling to make it? The guys that cannot pay their bills.
Right.
And those are the guys that we should be paying attention to. Those are the guys we should be supporting.
One of my favorite parts actually was the one when he talks to Shark Boy. That was really cool because Shark Boy, he was a guy in TNA. What's a guy? He had a name. He had a name. He was in WCW as well. Yeah, he was. He had some push behind his name. People knew who he was. He got really big over his Stone Cold parody, and you see this guy, and like he's still having fun. He still wrestles like a local shows, like where his son goes to school, and like and like one thing I loved about him most was like he talks about the greatest thing I ever do is like not a wrestler, to be a dad, and like you kind of see like a more human side of like you see like a more personal side of wrestlers. And I thought that was really cool.
And I think that the message of the DVD was really good too, because I think that as wrestling fans we've become bloodthirsty,
Yeah.
Look, we don't care. I mean, Nigel cut a promo in his career one time about how the fans aren't there at the hospital when he is on a Sunday morning, and it's true. We're not. We expect great matches, these guys kill themselves for us, and then, we just kind of chew them up and spit them out.
Yeah.
And
I think one thing, I think with this message, like the DVD about like the bloodthirstiness of fans, I think maybe that was like a shot at like some of the WWE fans who's just been like, oh, we want blood in our company, we want blood back, and it's like, well, while blood is a nice touch here and there, but it's like, you can look back at like some of the matches like that have blood, it's kind of gruesome, like the Eddie Guerrero JBL match especially, like where it's just it's. This is a business, and like these guys are, you see guys that have scars in their face now, and like that are, permanently disfigured, and like the risks they take, the health risks, it's too dangerous nowadays.
Yeah, and it's not worth it. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Especially in 2013 when everybody knows it's fake. I mean, for lack of a better,
scripted.
I mean, there's really no one good word to describe it because it can. But the fact is, we all know, to some extent, that these guys are working together, and if we know that, we shouldn't expect them to go out there and just kill each other. I mean, look at what concussions have done to this business.
Oh, absolutely.
Look what bloodborne pathogens have done in the business and outside of it. It's just not worth it anymore.
The careers they've destroyed and ended, and
these guys don't have insurance, especially the indie guys.
No, exactly. That's something you got to point out. Like, these guys get sick, and they got to stop wrestling. Who's going to pay their bills? Right. The fans ain't going to, throw money at them just for sitting at home.
And I just want to add something, and that is, with the indie guys, and I said it before, these guys are the ones that need your money and your support. Yeah. And I feel like it's great to go out and buy from WWE Shop. I mean, they got some cool stuff. Right, but ultimately, look for your indie guys. Those guys are the ones that need the money. And, I mean, they come out with some cool stuff, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I love wearing underground shirts because it's very obscure,
Yeah, exactly.
This guy's got one right now.
This is actually an ROH shirt. I got Chris Hero representing, or Cassius Ono, as he knows.
Yes, exactly. So that's just one thing I want to touch on, is that it's worth going out of your way to help the guys at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, I want to talk about, I think this is our favorite part of the movie. It's Nigel did a very nice thing at the beginning of the show, or the DVD, where he showed a clip of him and Tyler Black having a match at, you said it was Take No Prisoners. That was,
yes.
Yeah. It was for the title, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And he talks about how wrestling is an art form, how it's much like ballet. It's like you need to choreograph with your partner. It's like all about sequences. It's about bringing the crowd up and down at the right time, and just how when wrestling is done right, it is a thing of beauty. And it's just like, I think Nigel hit a dead nail on the hammer about what we love about wrestling. That's exactly I'm watching, he got it. That's exactly what we love about wrestling. It's like we love those moments where you were just watching in awe as these guys perform things that you didn't think were possible, and just how seamlessly they do these moves, and just you buy into every single second of it. And
exactly. And the thing is, as wrestling fans, we've all been there where someone will look at you and say, "So, what is it about wrestling that you like?" Mm-hmm. And it's hard to describe. It really is hard to describe what it is. And Nigel did a perfect job. If someone asked me that, I would show them that. That's absolutely what I would want to show them.
Everyone should buy this DVD just for that. I think it's a 5-minute clip.
Yeah.
Just where he explains why wrestling is an art form, and it's the perfect description of why wrestling is, in my opinion, the greatest sport in the world.
And another thing, I said earlier that there's really not a good word, but not thinking back, Nigel had a good word for it, and that was illusion. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. Wrestling is an illusion. Mm-hmm. They show you what they want you to see, and if they're good enough, you'll only see what they're showing, what they want you to. So.
Exactly. And you were also talking about the message, and I'm going to tell you this right now. A wrestling fan absolutely will love this, but I think that even a non-wrestling fan, someone who does not even know who Nigel is, will appreciate this story, because Nigel does a very good job of explaining this. He doesn't go too far into wrestling. He talks about the business a little bit, and he meets a lot of wrestlers, but really it's about his life, and just it's all about that moment of it's about finding the success in your life and getting that dream and accomplishing it. And I think his speech at the end, when he's heading off to L.A., that speech he gives in the car about what you'll be remembered for is one of the best conclusions to a DVD ever. That got me right in the heart. That was a very, very touching speech. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just it's a great movie for anyone. Anyone will get a good message out of this. I think wrestling fans will appreciate it more, but I think people, even film fans or non-film fans or whatever, just people that like good movies, will love the message that he tries to get across.
Yeah. Definitely.
And Nigel definitely was trying to get a good message across, and I think he did a great job of it.
I like how it was a double kind of message about dreams, but also about the necessary things that need to happen in wrestling. It needs to evolve.
Yeah, absolutely.
It needs
exactly.
to change. It needs to be safe, and that's what we're all about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Safe, exciting wrestling.
Yeah.
You can do both.
Exactly. You don't need to risk your life every single night to get a pop out of 50 fans in a gymnasium.
Right. And this might be a good time to bring up the whole CZW thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. We'll talk about that in another video because I want this to be just about Nigel and just how much we love and respect this DVD and how we encourage every single fan of Nigel to go out there and buy it because it is worth your money. He's actually talking about trying to get it toured around the cities, and we've seen the movie. We own it. I'll still go see it in a theater. I would love to see it. Yeah, and
did he not? I believe he said it was at the Can.
No, South by Southwest.
South by Southwest.
Yes, and then, if he gets some picked up, I think this is Oscar worthy. He deserves an Oscar for it.
It's very good.
It's absolutely.
I mean, it's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
It's well worth going out of your way.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, I don't know if he sold out of the DVDs with the bonus material.
I believe he did.
Did you get one with the bonus?
No, I did not. I got the one at the show.
Well, if it's possible to get the bonus material, I say go for it because usually you think it'll be 20 minutes of footage, but it's a good hour. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of footage.
What I've heard from him is that the bonus material is more for wrestling fans, but. So if you're just a casual movie going person, buy the regular version. But if you're a hardcore wrestling fan and love Nigel and love everything he does, absolutely go and buy the extended edition. Yes. Well worth the money.
Well said.
Do I want to give this a rating at all? If we do, I got 10.
I don't know. It would be hard for me to rate this. It's just something that it's worth seeing.
It's an experience. It's definitely it'll change the way you look at a lot of things in life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm just saying right now because I rate movies a lot, so it's a 10. It's probably the best documentary I've seen this year, and we fully support this with all our hearts.
Absolutely.
All right, that's it for now, guys. Take care. Bye.